All right, Andy Johnson. I'm explaining the rating checklist that I'm using for academic writing, what things we look for, creates interesting, relevant, thoughtful ideas, but these ideas are supported and explained. All right, when you introduce a new idea, and it's not just a series of ideas, but you introduce an idea and you explain it, you define it, find the thing. All right, and I'll be looking at, so not everything's going to be new and relevant, but you're going to take the role of a teacher. Not everything has to be new and unique and exciting, but it should be relevant or thoughtful. For example, if you're looking at a type of phonics instruction or a type of comprehension instruction, a lot of it has been written about that, or fluency instruction. It's going to be relevant and thoughtful, and your ideas are supported or explained. You explained everything. You assume the reader knows nothing, so you take the role of a teacher. Complete sentences, yes, you want them to be as concise as possible. Avoid repetition within the sentence. You're not using the same word twice within a sentence. And within a paragraph, you're not repeating ideas because that confuses the reader. Your sentences should be easy to read. Complicated sentences are not easy to read. Your writing should read like melted butter. It should flow. If your sentences are too long and run on, break them into two. Always look at your sentences and see, how can I make this as simple as possible? Good academic writing uses simple, easy to read sentences. Anyone can write complicated stuff. It doesn't take any skill to do that. Good academic writer makes things as easy and simple as possible. Paragraphs are friends. Use them to break up ideas. A paragraph is a group of similar ideas. When you start a new idea, you start a new paragraph. So we shouldn't be confused when we're reading the paragraph and all of a sudden you start something new. So paragraphs should make sense by themselves. It should be a complete entity. No conceptual leaps within the paragraph, and you're using that paragraph to support or explain or explore an idea. A paragraph is a group of ideas. Word choices. Academic writing style avoids speechism or colloquialisms. Speech sounds different from academic writing. Academic writing is not speech written down. It's more formal. It does not use contractions. It does not use speechism. And in your word choice, make pragmatic choices about the words that you use, about the quantity, the number of words. Use as few as possible. And quality, that does not mean you use complicated words or big $5 college words. You use the right word that best conveys that idea. Headings, I'm going to look for structure, headings and subheadings. All right, so it makes sense. And of course, that works best if you have a good outline. You have your organizing question, and then you break that up into headings and subheadings based on an outline. All right, so make sure all the information under that heading is germane to that heading. If it doesn't relate directly to that heading or directly to that subheading, get rid of it or move it. So only information about that heading can be found there. If there's anything else, it does not belong there. Quotes and citations used intelligently. You know my thoughts on quotes. You got one quote to use in the lit review. Quotes should not be used to transmit information, but to highlight information that you've already described. APA 7th edition, figuring out the cites and the reference list, that's the easy part. I don't expect your citations to be perfect at this point. Just make sure your ideas are cited. No unsighted declarative statements. It is a review of the literature, not a review of what you think or what you think you know. Let the literature speak. Fluency. Flows, easy to read. I would highly recommend that you read it aloud, or better yet, use the view function. If you go to view and immersive reader and read aloud, it reads your stuff aloud. I'll demonstrate.
The quotes and citations are used intelligently to support the writer's ideas.
You get the idea. That gives you a sense. It helps you develop the writer's ear. It is incredibly helpful to see how your piece flows. Your ideas are described and supported, not just a series of strung together citations, but you are presenting the idea. Structures help to carry the ideas. Again, that means that we see the headings and subheadings. And form and mechanics, at the end, I'll be looking for that. Spacings, margins, and fonts, yeah, that's okay. At this point, I'm looking to see this flow of ideas. It's easier for me to read if it's single spaced. We have 1-inch margins, but your final piece should have the grammar and punctuation. Okay, I'm more concerned about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. That's what I'm concerned about at this point. So I'll be giving you a formal rating, formal evaluation for your papers in this midterm weeks 9, 10, and 11.